Hey everyone, we're talking Prada Holiday today. So today I have the new Prada Dimensions eyeshadow. This is the Holiday Limited Edition number 10 Platinum. And it is a gorgeous color story and very unique for a number of different reasons. One of them is the packaging. This comes with the unique design on the top of the packaging. Usually we get just the my fingerprints. Sorry guys, I'll wipe them off again, but I keep wiping them off and then I use it and it gets it all over it again. So usually you just get the regular packaging. This has the unique design on top. I have done videos with all of the Prada eyeshadows and I had them embossed with the design that correlates to the color story inside. I had that done at Harrods in London. And so that didn't come that way though. This one comes this way. There are also 2 lipsticks in this holiday collection. Make sure the picture goes up with the design on it in existing shades. One of them is B101. I have it on my lips right now. And this is a fantastic shade. It is very much a pinky brown nude shade. It's really easy to use. The soft mattes are incredibly comfortable on your lips. One of the few soft mattes that I would recommend to people with dry lips. The hyper mattes are also absolutely fantastic if you decide you want to pick up a hyper matte. It has more pigment to it. It is more intense. The soft mattes are going to give you that soft, almost blurred lip, which is very popular right now overseas, by the way. Well, if you're in the US, overseas, specifically Asia. So I would say that, you know, the Prada products that have come out, I've loved. The foundation I have on, this is the Prada Foundation. This is an amazing foundation if you're looking for something that is a soft matte look. I generally steer very far away from anything that has matte in it because my skin is dry and I'm older, but on me, I find this foundation to be one of the best I've ever tried, and I continue to wear it when I'm looking for a foundation. These days, I generally wear a skin tint. I've said many times I don't often reach for a foundation, but when I do and I'm looking for something with a matte, soft matte, it's not a heavy matte, it's very soft, very, very blurring, I go with this one. It's amazing. If you are somebody who likes that kind of matte finish, you must try the Prada Foundation. The only difficulty is finding your shade. That's always a difficulty with foundation, frankly. But this one has like a color adjuster in it somehow that just perfectly matches my skin. It is amazing. I'll make sure the color shade is down below. I then have on the Prada Powder. I talked about this in my fall roundup. I love this powder. Formula-wise, it's very finely milled. It is blurring. It's excellent for mature skin. It does not feel dry. It does not feel cakey. You can put it all over. You can pat it in just your red spots. But it is very expensive for what it is in the sense that it is green powder. There are other pressed powders on the market that I think have a similar formula that aren't green. There is probably a green, slightly greenish cast if you don't have any red undertone or any pink undertone, because of the fact that it's green can be a color corrector for red and pink. So what I would say to you is if you're somebody who doesn't have that concern, if you have more of a yellow undertone, if you have perfectly neutral, I wouldn't necessarily suggest green powder. I would just, go with a translucent or a light or deep or whatever your shade range is. The green, I think, works amazingly well on me. But again, to say it just like 9 times so nobody is unclear, I have rosacea, I have redness. I like the fact that it kind of neutralizes my skin tone. That all makes sense. The other shade that's in the lipstick is B03, which I also own, or I would have picked up the limited edition packaging, and that's that shade. It's really beautiful. And again, it's just, these are excellent formulas. I've talked about the Prada mattes on and on and on. They are really, really good. The only product that I think is better as regards to matte lipstick is the Chanel, but the Chanel is the Rouge 31, which is, I think it's $95 for the refill. It's like $200 with the case. So buy the Pradas. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. 3 of them are balms. and 5 of them are lipsticks. And 3 of them came in this case, the one that I got from Nordstrom, which, by the way, is back in stock and makes a fantastic Christmas gift. I actually had somebody who requested it as a Christmas gift. So the colors in this eyeshadow. I told you one of the things that was different about this limited edition nature is that it has the special packaging. It's got that design on the front, which none of the other ones do. It doesn't come with any of them. But this one also has something else. In the other eyeshadows, there is a hyper matte, a soft matte, a satin, and a metallic foil. And this one has a hyper matte and 3 metallic foils. So this is a much more metallic, shiny quad. So the only hyper matte, as you can probably see, is the brown. This is a foil, this is a foil, and this is a foil. So what I would choose to do with something like this is I would use this and this, or this and this, or this and this. I would probably not use all 4 together in my normal look, okay? However, what I am gonna do today is I'm gonna put them all in together. But I'm gonna use this on the inner corner to keep it a little lighter, and then I'm gonna use these 2 as almost a blending on the eye. I'm also gonna use an Hermes liner with them because I have heard a lot from all of you ever since I did my initial Hermes liner review. I have heard that many of you have said that it smudges and you've heard other content creators say it smudges and that it's dry. I absolutely agree that it's dry. I said that in my video. When you put them on your eyelid, it's more like a regular pencil. It's dry. However, mine are very pigmented. I'm not having any problems with pigment. And mine stay on and they do not smudge. In fact, I wish they did smudge. So I'm not sure what the differences are. Like, I don't know why other people are having a different experience. It could be just users. It could be my skin because I'm older and I have drier skin. It could be the fact that it's in the 40s, literally 40s degrees, and up into the 60s. It hasn't gotten above like 65. And maybe people in the other places are in a more humid, hotter environment. That's why they're smudging. Don't know. But I wore mine the entire day when I went shopping with Sophia from Sophia Sees Beauty, and mine didn't smudge at all. So there's a whole bunch of different possibilities in there. And what we always have to remember about these products, right guys, is that this is an individual's perspective of how it's working for them. Something might work for me and not work for you, and vice versa. I say that all the time. So you should always watch, listen to a whole bunch of different content creators. If you find that generally your experiences are the same as mine over time, then you can get to the point where you're like, well, then it probably will be okay for me. It's not 100%, just isn't. But I can tell you mine are pigmented, and I showed you in my video, mine are pigmented and they don't come off and they don't smudge. They're drier pencils. They remind me more of like the MAC ones. So I'm not sure about why that difference is. It could also be shades. Different shades could be performing differently. There's 16 shades. I have 4. So that could also be part of the problem. I have worn the Brune Encore and the Bronze, and I haven't had any issues. Today we're gonna try the Rasin and see how that works. So let's go ahead and dive in. So when you have a palette like this that's very, very metallic and very luminescent, if you don't like those types of shades, I'm gonna use the Hyper Matte first. And this is gonna seem obvious, but I'm gonna say it. Don't buy it. Don't buy it just because it's pretty or it has limited edition packaging, unless you want to take the packaging and put another refill in it. Because you're not going to use it, right? Like, I like pretty packaging too, guys. I bought the Guerlain that has red and pink in it. And you can see how pigmented that is. And, you know, I'm probably not going to wear those pinks very often. Instead of just the social media, let's gloss over it. Let's be blunt. I have a channel. My job is to inform you. So I am always going to be picking up things that I don't necessarily end up liking. Don't feel like you have to do it too. Make sure that you're picking it up because, you know, you really love it and you're going to use it. Makeup goes bad. Influencers, I don't count myself as an influencer because I don't feel like I have any influence over anything. But if you feel like, you know, that's what you want to call me, that is totally fine. I would say need to take more responsibility for, you know, making it clear that there shouldn't be FOMO for missing out on a particular collection. There will always be more collections, and something like this one, I think it has a beautiful formula. I love the way Prada has created their shadows, but there are 5 or 6 other shadows palettes that you can pick up that don't have as much foil in them. Okay? And if you're somebody who never wears foil, don't buy it. All right, so let's take the gold and this like pinkish, you can see the shades here, the gold and the pink, and I'm gonna put those on the eye. I'm gonna kind of mix them a little bit. Yeah, I never understand people who are like, go buy it. I'm like, you're not gonna use it. Like, what is the point? Okay, so let's take a little bit of the pink. I have to say though, it is beautiful. As I just tell you not to buy it. It is beautiful, but I know, there's people I know, like friends of mine, who would never ever put this on their eye because that's not their aesthetic. Like they would never wear something so shimmery. Also, I would tell you this foil, although beautiful, I have a little bit of like a dry patch on this eye because I had a little bit of an allergic reaction. It called it out. Like you can see it more. Can you guys see it on camera? It's like a little, not a lump, but like a little piece of like healing skin, and the metallic foil makes it more obvious. So if you're somebody who has really textured skin, I'd also say metallic foil is probably not, you know, your friend. You know, when is metallic your friend? All right, now we're gonna take the gold, and what I'm gonna do is put it on like kind of the center of the eye. Now, if you take a gold and a yellow and mix it a little bit with the purple, you're gonna get, you know, a little bit of a color change. Not much, because these colors are so opaque, they don't instantly mesh together, which is what I like about them. You can see a difference between the shades that you have, but you can see how you get that kind of yellow and purple have sort of an opposite contrasting colors. So it looks really, it like pops on the center of the eye, but you still get that pink underneath. Now let's take the silver. Yes, this silver, okay? When you use this silver color, it is gonna, in my opinion, take over the rest of the look. In fact, this is a color that you might just want to put on your eye all by itself because it is that stunning. But I still stick to my point that if you don't wear foils and you don't wear shiny, shimmery shades, wow, don't pick it up, even though it is beautiful, because again, you won't wear it, it's a waste of money. And we all know, guys, the holidays are coming and things are expensive enough as it is. Before we even get into gifts we have to get for other people. All right, now I'm gonna take the Rasin liner from Hermes because I want you to see it live. It's not really live, but you get the gist. I'm not gonna cut away. I'm not gonna, even if it takes a while to do, I want you to see it in real time because I want you to see what I'm talking about when I say mine are pigmented. I'm not having any problems with pigment. Now here, when I go to do my top line, like I said, they're drier. And I, said that in my last video, which is why I think $50 is crazy. Cause I'm like, well, for $50, these should glide on, but they don't. They're more like pencil-like. They have that, MAC kind of thing. And they don't come with a sharpener. Someone else mentioned that. So but I don't know why people are experiencing smudging. That I find really interesting. I have not had any smudging problems. So, like I said, I'll do what I always do, which is I'll just keep testing them out and keep using them. But I think you can see, again, I did not cut away, nothing. They're pigmented. I mean, it's plenty of pigment. But they don't smudge. On me anyway. In fact, that's what I don't like about them. I like the Tom Fords, the Chantecaille. Victoria Beckham is like super, super smudgeable. The Chanel's, these I find very long wearing, and I think they look good on the eye, and there's so many colors, which I think is fantastic. But I don't think they're smudgeable, which I find annoying because as you get older, a harsh line can look just that, harsh. So I like to smudge out my liner more, but these don't really let you do that. So anyway, I don't know what it is. Like I said, everybody's different. So it could just, some people might have, skin that doesn't respond as well to them, but I'm not having any problems with pigment. I can't smudge them, but they are long wearing. Let me put some mascara on and then we'll wrap up. I mean, it's beautiful. Prada did an amazing job. This is a stunning look. This is a beautiful quad. The formula is amazing. I think it makes a lot of sense that they did the holiday collection with the special packaging and the three foils, metallic foils, instead of the satin and soft matte. They made a more glitzy, glamorous quad for the holidays. Totally makes sense to me. I think it's stunning. It's a cool toned quad, except for the goldish shade, which brings some warmth to it so that it doesn't go really overly cool, which I think is wonderful. I think you can take the Hyper Matte, which has more of that purple undertone, and use the gold with it. You get a warmer, maybe more neutral look. If you took the silver, the silver's amazing. If you put that on the eye, it's going to be like, whoa. The Hyper Matte and the slightly like rose gold pink. Anybody who is like a plum person, like loves like that plummish grayish purple, is going to go crazy over that combination. With the Rasin liner from Hermes, like I said, for me, they're working extremely well. I still think they're a little dry, but I'll take it for 20% off and the color variation. I still don't like it they're this dry. I think Hermes should go back to for $50, they should be way softer than these. But again, on me, they wear really well and they're pigmented. So I'm fine if getting them 20% off. I won't pay $50 for them again, though. I did that for all of you so you could see them, but the colors I do love. Prada has yet to come out with something that I am not impressed by. The eyeshadows are amazing. Powder's amazing. Foundation's amazing. The matte lipsticks are amazing. Now this is 03. I'm going to put it over the 101. It is a much deeper toned shade. But because of the softness of it, because of the finish of it, it's never too much. You know what I mean? Like even a deep shade looks airbrushed. It looks soft. It looks brushed. It's phenomenally good. So either one of those shades, depending on what you're looking for, will be lovely. My only note, and I've said it before, is that if you're somebody who will not wear a foil, if you're somebody who will not wear anything shiny, this is not the quad for you, even if it's beautiful. But my hat's off to Prada. I hope you come up with bronzers and blushes and everything else because you have done a phenomenally good job. So I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts. Hopefully this comes back in stock very soon. Maybe when this video goes up. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.